Hi guys, I'm Shmi, hello to you and welcome back to the channel where you join me now to restart with the modifications to my project car, the Red Edition Ford Focus RS. We've got a few things coming up, but today I'm going to be changing the wheels. We did these wheels, the stock original wheels that came with the car, into gold at Posh Wash back ahead of the Goodwood Festival of Speed. But today I'm going to be heading back to Posh Wash to take these off and to pop on some new BBS wheels armed with some new Michelin tyres. So let's get in the car, get over to Posh Wash and check out the new wheels. I knew when I decided back in the summer to take the car to Posh Wash to paint those wheels gold that it was going to be a controversial decision, and in fact it polarized your opinions even more than I expected it to, with some of you loving it and some of you making it very obvious you didn't love it quite so much. But what you have to remember is that I bought the Mark III Red Edition to be a project car, to be something that we can experiment with and we can try out a whole host of modifications, some of which we've done and many of which are still to come, but ultimately to create a car that's going to be unique and completely individual. And one of the things I wanted to test was the color scheme. The colors inspired by the Alan Mann racing cars of the 60s. They're racing Fords, their successes back then, and of course the inspiration for the colors on my soon to arrive Ford GT. Now this car is actually truer in its colors to the original Alan Mann racing colors. On here we've got race red, which is a bright glossy flat red, as opposed to the much darker multi-layer pearlescent liquid red on the GT. But the gold is that of Alan Mann racing, the same as we'll have on the stripes on the GT, but to try it here and see how it worked. So we did it on the wheels. They're the original wheel, the optional upgrade wheel that you can have on the Focus RS. So there's a standard 19-inch wheel and then this forged 19-inch wheel. It starts satin black with actually originally some unpainted calipers behind, but we went to Dub Customs to paint the Brembo calipers in the gloss black with the red logo that it's got on them, and they look a lot better. You start with Michelin Pilot Super Sport tyres, and today we're going to be changing these wheels to the BBS CI-R wheels armed with Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tyres. So we'll head over and check those out very, very shortly. But of course, lighter wheels inspired by motorsport, and they will add to the changes we've already made with the Ventus Veloce carbon kit, the Proto Trim interior that we did. Basically, it is a proper project. So let's jump in now and get on the road over to Posh Wash. As you can tell, parked up alongside the wall here, we're right-hand drive, we don't have much room to actually get in. This car has something so clever that I cannot believe other cars don't have on offer. In fact, I think you can have it on all Focuses. But let me come through just and show you this, and because it's quite dark, I'm going to turn on the light just so you can see it better. But narrow gap, squeeze on through. If I open up the door here, out of the sides pops this little rubber piece that basically means that you can take the door, rest it against the wall, and you don't scratch your paintwork when you then climb on in. How good is that? Why do more cars not have that available? Anyway, we can now jump in and take a step in here where you can see more of the modifications, the lovely SS Tuning steering wheel, and with the keyless system, I can just start it up. So we've got 1,263 miles. As you can hear, an exhaust is going to be needed, but that makes my life an awful lot easier. So over to Posh Wash we go. To be honest, the traffic today is not too bad, although I hope that's not going to be famous last words and now I go and sit in a massive traffic jam for the next half an hour. But fortunately, only a short distance to go to actually get to Posh Wash, where they have the new wheels and tyres ready and waiting. They've already mounted up the tyres onto the wheels, so it'll just be a case of raising this car up, swapping them over and getting things done. Now, we are the early stages. Remember, we have a completely stock engine in this car, no mount tune upgrades, the normal 350 horsepower. But I do have these wild visions at the moment of going completely crazy and making it like 500 horsepower. We need the Ford Performance drift stick so that we can mess around and have some fun with the drift mode. And basically, well, I think visually and cosmetically, that side of things is pretty much there. We've got a few small things to do, so I'll do a follow-up with those, some extra little carbon parts, some small visual tweaks that should really enhance the look of the car. So that's going to be coming soon. That will be the next round. And then we do obviously have an exhaust system that needs to go on. That is happening very soon. In fact, a pretty cool one at that too. So make sure you watch out for that when it happens. But driving like this, as predicted, oh no, the lanes merged, so it's going to be okay. There is a little bit of traffic, but we will get to Posh Wash. We will check out these new wheels, which I'm really looking forward to seeing because I've not actually seen them in person myself yet, only in pictures and some images of Focus RSs wearing them. But I certainly think they are going to be bang on what I want for this car. Oh, well, there was a bit of traffic. Oh, Ferrari land, F12. I just saw an FF, I think, in front heading in. But somewhere up here should be my new wheels. So let's go see if we can find them. There are a few nice cars about. Yellow 488 GTB. Just up this way, there is a McLaren 720S. Aston Martin Vanquish. Got an Alfa Romeo 4C Spider in the line. And just behind it here, we have a Lamborghini Huracan Performante as well. And you can hear, being washed, and see the red of the Ferrari FF just inside the bay there. I hear the noise of another 488 coming by. It is really supercar land here, so I'm just getting the wheels out and then I can show them to you. Here we go then, the new wheels, the BBS CI-Rs wearing the Michelin Sport Cup 2 tyres. So why BBS? Well, they actually make the race wheels on the Ford GT LM, he says, as the FF cruisers around behind. So they have a lot of motorsport heritage. These are lightweight wheels. In fact, with their flow-forming technologies to make them, if you have a look at the back, you can see the way they're back milled, just to take out some of the additional, I guess, mass and make them even lighter. Lightweight wheels, much more so than the standard stock wheels, and with their signature Y spokes, they look really, really cool. So those are the wheels that are going onto the car. These are in the platinum silver color. You can get them from BBS either in this color or in black, depending how you prefer them. And like I said, they are wearing the correct fitment Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tyres, a tyre that comes by default on the Ford GT, is also on my Amg Gt R and my Vantage GT8, and was on my 911 GT3 before I sold the car. It is a tyre that is fantastic on the track, but can also be driven out on the road pretty safely, even if the weather conditions are slightly worsening, although of course not necessarily appropriate for the winter, but this, well, as a car, isn't really a winter car. It's a track tool, or it's going to become a track tool. So these are the wheels that we're now going to pop on with their tyres, and then we will see how it looks afterwards. At the moment, we have the new wheels waiting to go onto this side, which still has the original gold ones, but come around and check this out. The new wheels look so good, especially with the gloss black calipers that we've got as well. Look at that. These are awesome, with the center caps, carbon center caps with the silver logo to match the wheels. Looking good, and of course with the Sport Cup 2s you get a slightly more bulbous tyre as well. This is awesome. So now to get the other side up and get those on as well. First thing is to remove the wheel bolts and then lift off the wheel. Take all those as a locking wheel nut to make sure that they're safe. Get that off, get that out of the way. There is a big difference between the two sets of wheels we've got here. The new ones though just look stunning. Then that goes on. There's a mounting kit that goes onto the back of it. Not too complicated, that just goes in. And then it's a case of lifting it into place. And then of course that gets lifted up and lined up. Then the new nuts go in. And we'll hold it in place. Then last but by no means least, the locking wheel nut goes on. Gentle screw in, and that will be done. Ready to lower the car and then torque them all back up and get a proper look and final glance at how these are. Down we go. That just looks really, really cool. Really cool. I like it an awful lot. Very, very nice. So what I'm going to do, by the way, is actually leave these to be repainted back to black, and then I'll use these wheels with winter tyres for my Heritage Orange Focus RS, because they're the same wheels, so the car will look the same whether it's got winters on it or summers on it, and obviously keep these how they are. Looking magnificent. Definitely needs an exhaust, and that is coming very, very soon. So for the moment, let's just take a look at it rolling away. That's really cool. I love those wheels. Slightly wider fitment as well with those tyres on it. Lots and lots of presence. This is going to be such a cool car when it's completely finished. It's an awesome project already. LP580 just lurking there. Yeah, mega. It's that time of year where it starts to get dark a little bit earlier in the day, which means we don't have any sunshine to take a look at the car in. You'll have to stay tuned for that in the coming days. But in the last bit of natural light that we do have, it is certainly looking very, very nice. And another thing that I've got inside the boot, he says, there's a Vanquish just coming out right now, are tyre bags, the Richbrook tyre bags. I'm a big fan of these. I've got a spare set of tyres I need to take away, but I've got quite a few sets of these bags because I use them for storing my summer and winter tyres depending on the time of year. So shout out to those. They're available in the Shmee 150 store as well if you want to check that out using the link down in the description below. But I'm going to take these back to storage and obviously head over to see the other cars as well. But I am a very, very happy one with this look. Let's be real. Going from traffic light to traffic light in the centre of London with traffic jams is not the optimum place to experience the benefits of the new wheels and tyres. In fact, this would be much more suited to the Nürburgring or a racetrack. So hopefully at some point, when this car has been fully completed, they'll be able to do that next season after the winter is over, because the Nürburgring closes for the winter. But basically, lighter wheels means less unsprung mass, benefits through that. Stickier rubber means when they get up to temperature, they're going to stick like glue to the tarmac. So it's going to be a winning combination. They look incredible. Visually, that's half of the fun with a car like this, is creating the look of the car. And then, of course, the dynamic side of it too, which we'll experience in full in the future. Anyway, like I said, it's literally traffic light to traffic light. Not the best this evening. As I guess you guys know, I currently own in total 5 cars. But it's pretty rare that we've ever got 4 of them in one place at the same time. In fact, with my traveling, that really doesn't happen very often. But right here in the storage, we currently have the 2 RSs, the red, and in the back corner, the orange Heritage Edition. And then under the covers, we've got the Vantage GT8, the Aston Martin, and the McLaren 675 LT Spider, both kind of hibernating at the moment, under covers, on tyre cushions, plugged into trickle chargers. So the missing car is my Mercedes AMG GT R, which is currently over in Germany. However, you might have spotted this, brand newly released. We have the 1:18 scale limited edition Minichamps Schmeemobile GTR. So it's spec matched in the solar beam yellow with the full black wheels, but there are only going to be a limited number of those. It's available right now to order in the Schmee 150 shop. Details are down below, but I know some of you guys are as big a fans as I am of model cars, especially when they're completed in the right spec. So it's awesome to make our first ever 1:18 scale model and to have that available with Minichamps. So at the moment we have, well, those 5, if we include the GTR. They're soon going to be joined by the Ford GT, and no doubt I'm going to have to hire this space very, very soon. And then in not too long, I think potentially sooner than I expected, the McLaren Senna will be arriving. And who else knows what else might be coming? You're going to have to watch this space. For now though, I'm actually going to fire up the GT8, take it out for a quick run around the block just to keep it driving. And yeah, enjoy it. Okay then, it would have been wrong not to pull the covers off and take a look at the lineup, which is becoming very, very colourful. So of course here we've got the orange, the blue, the purple and the red, the yellow over in Germany, but with the cars on the horizon, it is only going to get brighter and more bold. And what I've just realised is that they're actually all in number order at the moment. The number plates are all in order, which is quite a rare thing too. But let's come through to the GT8, because it's time to have a cold start-up of this thing, which I'm sure some of you know is one of the most epic sounds that you will ever hear. The noise from the titanium exhaust system around the back is frankly monstrous. So let's climb in. Always love how the door handles work and open up, because really my favourite thing about the GT8 is, quite frankly, the noise that it makes. So the key goes into the centre. I will point the camera towards the rear. That happens. What a sound, hey? What a sound. So I'm going to take this for a quick ride, and I'll be back here very shortly. Well, that was fun, but needless to say really, because every single time that I take that car for a drive, it's such an occasion, a memorable experience, and I truly love it still every single outing. Now, I would forgive you for thinking that all I'd actually done was to switch it back off, but I had to take it out, drive it round the block, put some miles on it, but most importantly, refuel it. Now, you might have noticed just before it was actually quite low in the fuel tank, and the problem with that is that because the GT is coming and some other trips that I've got, I don't actually know when the next time I will drive this will be. It won't be too long, but fuel dissolves in air, so you basically want to leave a car stored on tyre cushions, on a trickle charger, under a cover, and with a full tank of fuel. Anyway, that is now done for now, so I can park the car back up, put the cover back on it, and, well, effectively hibernate it now, given the weather is likely to get pretty rubbish over the coming months. And I'll be driving the GT, but slightly less these two. The two Focuses will be going out as much as always. These cars are, of course, the permanent collection, and I might do a piece talking more about why I choose to keep some cars and sell others, but we'll get to that in the future. For now, the red RS I will use to head back home with its new tyres and its new wheels. So there's a lot more to come with this car in the coming days. We're going to be doing some more modifications, but those look so cool. I'm a big fan. This has worked exactly how I wanted it. Anyway, I've now got to get out of here without tripping up, well, nearly did, as I escape from the cars. So I'll wrap this one up for there. Big shout out to BBS, to Michelin, and also of course to Posh Wash for doing the work and getting those set up. But thank you very much as always to you guys for watching. I appreciate your support, and I will be back with more very, very soon. Cheers.